Man, that game was too close. That game was too close. Oh my God. The Bucks survive. They survive and they take game 3 and they're back in this series. This game really took it back to the early 2000s. This felt like a 2000s playoff game. The score is so low. Final score is 86-83. I mean, defense was just getting played. But at the same time, guys just weren't hitting shots. Credit to both teams for playing great defense down the stretch because, man, you had Lopez who had 5 blocks. Defense was being played in this game. No question. Both teams were playing really good defense, but it was more so that no one was shooting well from the field. Both teams were missing a lot of three-pointers and a lot of open shots. So, especially in the fourth quarter. That fourth quarter was terrible. So, this was a crazy game. Durant, 30 points, but he wasn't efficient from the field for the most part until he got into the fourth quarter, which we'll talk about. Kyrie Irving, 22 points, but he wasn't nearly as efficient as he should be. And then Brown pitched in with 16 points, but he was in foul trouble for much of this game. So, yeah. Other than that, nobody else contributed. Then you go to the Bucks side, and it's even worse. 2 people showed up to play today for the Bucks. Think about it. Season's on the line. 2 players showed up. And that is your 2 guys, man. Giannis and Middleton. Giannis dropped 33 and 14. But Chris Middleton dropped 35 and 15. And he hit the 2 clutch free throws to ice this game. My God. Let me tell you something. The way this game started, it really seemed like the Bucks were going to find a way to just blow these guys out. It was going to be one of those games because they took a 21-point lead early on. Like the Nets, the whole game was just struggling to shoot the ball. So the Bucks went out on an early lead, and it was really just Middleton and Giannis who did that because they had 30 of the team's first 32 points. I mean, they were just balling, 15 points each. They were balling. But of course, we all saw that lead and were like, yeah, this is the Nets. Once they settle down and get in the rhythm, they're going to come back in this game. That lead will be blown. And of course, that lead was blown. And it took all the way into the end of the third quarter for them to take that 65-64 lead. And we kind of just thought at that point, well, Nets have the lead now, so they're going to take this game over. But no, we enter the fourth quarter, and it's just a chaotic mess. Left and right. I mean, you're looking around and you're like, nobody can buy a basket. Early on, the first half of the fourth quarter, nobody could buy a basket. KD's missing shots. Kyrie's missing shots. Harris is missing shots. Brown's missing shots. Nobody can hit anything. You're looking for the Bucks. Giannis hits a 3, but after that, doesn't really do much that first half. It's just like nobody can do anything. Middleton's missing jumpers. Drew Holiday's not really doing anything. You're looking around, it's like nobody can score. It really felt like one of those old school playoff games we were seeing back in the 2000s, man. Like a low-scoring game, which is nice to see. But then as the clock starts to tick down and we get to that 3-minute mark in the game, Kevin Durant starts to go off. He hits back-to-back jumpers and then pulls up for a contested 3 and just knocks it down, which gives them the lead. But here comes Middleton as well. Middleton's putting in work. He's hitting jumpers as well. He's doing his thing. And now we got a little bit of a back and forth going on. And it's just coming down to the wire. And you're just watching this and you're just nervous and you're scared as a Bucks fan because you're like, are we going to be able to pull this off? Will we survive? We don't know what's going to happen. I'm sitting there thinking like KD's ready to end this game. But luckily for them, they played great enough defense to get the ball out of KD's hands because they did not want him to kill them because he would have. He was out here looking like a cold killer on the court when he was hitting those jump shots. And he was doing that in clutch time. So it was getting scary for the Bucks. They had to make their moves. Giannis tonight played well, but at the same time, he's still dealing with the same struggles. He cannot shoot the ball. And he cannot hit his free throws. He got another 10-second violation in this game. It's like, I don't know what he's doing at the free throw line. Why is he taking this long? He should not be taking this long, but he is. I mean, Giannis' struggles are still there. His weaknesses are still there, and the Nets continue to test him. Now, if you're looking at it from the Bucks' perspective, you look at this as both, you can look at the positives and the negatives. The positives is that both your star players showed up and balled out tonight, and they're the reason you won this game. At the same time, no one else showed up, and you found a way to beat this Nets team. But on the flip side, The Nets didn't play well today. Kevin Durant had 30 points, but he was very inefficient shooting the ball. Kyrie was inefficient shooting the ball as well, and nobody else was really doing anything for them. It was a struggle for both teams. Both teams did not play well. You got two great performances from your two guys in Giannis and Middleton, and you managed to squeak out a 3-point win against the Brooklyn Nets. Again, there's a good and a bad here because, again, Milwaukee didn't play well either. In fact, their other guys played worse than the Nets. So you can feel happy to say that, you know what, even though the Nets didn't play well as well, which, would be a concern because, if the Nets play good, they easily win this game. But you can sit back and say, our guys didn't play well. Drew Holiday wasn't really effective. No one else on the court was really effective. It was really just Giannis and Middleton, two players. So you got to be happy for that if you're the Bucks. You managed to survive. Either way, it was a tough game. It was one of those old school playoff games where every possession mattered. It came down to the wire. It was very low scoring. It was crazy, man. It was just straight up crazy. So the Bucks do survive, and because of this, they now get on the board. They're still down 2-1, but Game 4 will be in Milwaukee. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. By the way, shout out to my main man, Zadarius Smith. He was out there. He was at the game. And man was wilding, having a good old time. Zadarius, we miss you. Please come back to Baltimore. I mean, just come back to Baltimore, man. Come back to us, man. We miss you. We miss you. What do we got to do, man? Green Bay. Listen, Aaron Rodgers is about to leave Green Bay, okay? Aaron Rodgers don't want to play for the Packers anymore. Just do us a favor. Come back, man. Come back. We need you. We need you back in Baltimore. Please come back, Zadarius Smith. Please come back. Okay, I'm done with that. But, yeah. Bucks, they survived, man. They survived a very tough, gritty game. And it's going to be even tougher in Game 4 because the Nets are not going to play this poor as a team in Game 4. Hopefully, that also means that the Bucks are not going to play this poor next game because if Drew Holiday is inefficient in Game 4, you guys have no chance to win that. We'll just have to see what happens. But, yeah, y'all managed to survive. Y'all managed to survive, man. It was a win or go home type of situation, honestly. Of course, they still would have had Game 4. But if you go down 0-3 to the Nets, season's over. The series is over, season's over. It don't matter what you do in Game 4, you're not winning. This was a must-win game for them. They needed to establish something. They needed to get back in the series, and they found a way to do it tonight. And it's all thanks to Chris Middleton and Giannis. These two guys, they carried the entire Bucks team and was going up against this tough Nets team that was also struggling. So it was definitely a chess match, but the Bucks managed to get their win. With that being said, that's all I got. We'll see what happens in Game 4. Hopefully the Bucks can tie this series because I want this to be interesting. Let's see if we can get this to 6 or 7 games. That's all I got for you guys, and I'm out of here, man. Peace!